Okay, guys, we got another one, man. We've got another one. We've got another sit. This time I've decided to bring you guys the Manchester United version. I had Flawless. You
Yes.
guys enjoyed it. Now I've decided to bring another Man United fan on here again. I don't know why I keep doing it, but let's see what happens. Maybe you guys can it today, but sunshine in the building. Appreciate you jumping in as well, man. It's been a minute. I think I've asked you way back. We
Yeah.
should collab, and I remember you airing me still, but I'm not gonna lie.
I don't remember that. I don't air people. No,
Well,
thanks for having me.
no, because I remember all I kept seeing were those, what I mean, those memes you used to do of Liverpool when we had a bad result. For some
Oh yeah.
reason, it just
I
kept,
still do them.
I don't see them now. My algorithm don't pick them up.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. But
Sure.
before, every time you did one, I was like, why is this popping up on my feed? Well, let's see, man. But how's everything anyways?
It's great. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. Excited for
Hmm.
some rival talk, and make sure you guys hit the like button.
Facts, man. Facts. Big up to everyone inside already. For some reason, it says you guys are waiting still. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe you guys are here, maybe you're not here. I don't know at the moment. But let's see. Let me refresh it and see what's going on. Because okay, now it's saying that people are watching. I think some of them are watching the England game. How boring, to be fair, because England plays rubbish football.
who are they playing?
Albania, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was my
Maybe.
initial thought as well. Albania. Who's watching that? First section of the show though, because I want to take you back to the start of the season.
Oh, God.
Let's go back to the appointment of Ruben Amorim,
Uh,
Manchester United. You know, this global brand, this so-called big team, this juggernaut of a team that used to once be. What was your like initial thoughts of him as the manager, and also what was the expectation at the start of last season?
yeah. First of all, don't say so-called big team because we're still pulling players with no European football, so you can hold that.
Mm,
Second, I was excited. I was definitely excited to have Amorim here. I do think he's a good manager. I don't think it's working with us currently,
mm,
but I was very excited. I thought that we were finally going to have a manager who would kind of be a bit stubborn in the sense of like the style of football he wanted to play and kind of his expectations. And I think even though I think he is kind of still in a way playing the football he wants, I'm shocked at how he's managing the players. I
mm.
expected a bit more there, but I think he's been very lenient and very kind of soft with certain players, which I am not okay with.
You say that, but from the outside looking in, I don't see that he's been soft. I feel like he with Rashford, for an example, he sent him out on loan. I know you've got Garnacho is gone in your in your
Yes.
subtitle. So even with him, he just told him like, look, find another club. And then when he needed to drop players and rotate the team, he did.
No, he
But it's
didn't.
you didn't.
No.
That's what I mean about the outsider looking in. That's the
Yeah.
way it came across to us.
I mean, yeah, he's I would agree in the sense of like, yeah, Rashford's gone and
Yeah.
he's been kind of I guess firm with Garnacho, but when you look at our games, right?
Mm,
And especially towards the end of the season when we're focusing on Europa League and we have these Premier League matches, why in the world are you continuing to start Hoyland? You're continually starting Garnacho when we have players on the in the youth that you could have played.
mm.
Chio Obi could not play Europa League. Why are you not playing him in the Prim to save our front line? This is why we're having issues with Xerxes getting hurt. This is why we're having issues with the Lick getting hurt. Like, I'm sorry. He did not rotate enough, in my opinion, especially towards the end of the season, to warrant me saying he was lenient with his lineups. Why are you forcing Hoyland? There's no reason to force that. In no world. He's terrible. Everyone and their mom can see Hoyland's probably the worst attacker in the Premier League. Get him on the bench.
One of my friends calls him what was it, Grasmus, because he's
Yeah.
always on the grass. Is that the banter that United fans have for him? Or is
Oh,
that
I have a TikTok that went a little viral because I had this like song in the background, but I was like twerking to it and I was like, this is Rasmus playing football, and I was like falling and twerking and like falling on the floor. That's exactly how we see it. He can't stay on his feet. He can't make reads well. He's just, I don't know what what he's doing out there. And I don't know if anyone's helping him. That's the problem. I've seen no improvement from him.
No, but he's had what, 2 managers now, right? I want to say he's had 2 managers, and not one of them has found a solution. Because when he first came in, and obviously for the price tag, correct me if I'm wrong, was it a region of like 70 million or something?
It's
Am I
like
going crazy?
closer to 80 with add-ons.
Yeah, so when he come in, and everyone's like, big up to my boy Saf, because he was watching a lot of their games, and he was just like, nah, he's a good player. So I was like, okay, they're getting a good striker. So I don't know, did you guys not do him right, and he just ended up becoming rubbish because 2 managers didn't know how to get the best out of him, or was he already rubbish?
That's great. That's a great point. I think I've always called this in the present times kind of like a black hole, in the sense of a lot of players and managers come here and they literally die, or their talent just like goes away. And I think Rasmus was good before he came here. He had something there, but I think it wasn't fair for us to make him come to United and be that guy. He couldn't have done that. He was too young. He didn't have enough experience. We definitely set him up for failure. I think if he would have had someone, maybe when he came in, like Acuna or somebody a little bit older, to kind of help him, that he didn't have to start every match, he would have done a bit better. I still don't think he's great. I don't want him here. He's not good enough. But I don't think we set him up for success at all.
No,
because a lot of players.
That's one of the conversations we've had recently from, like, for me and my Liverpool side, about we look at our team and we look at like the leaders that we have in our team. So any young players coming into our system or into our setup, they just follow the guidelines being set and the standards being set. Well, with United, you don't really have anyone like that. I think we kind of threw Bruno in there because he's the captain. You think, okay, he probably embodies what United is about to an extent. Maguire, you can see he tries, because obviously he was captain before. He might slightly embody it from the outsiders looking in, but you don't have a collective group of players that actually understands what it is to be a Manchester United player.
Agreed. And that is why I have an issue with the board and with the way that we're run in general, because the main issue that I have with Manchester United right now is we don't have an identity. We have ourselves in this position right now because we're recruiting for managers. And if you keep doing that, you're going to find yourselves in these positions every single season. You recruit for Ten Hag, and then you fire him. So then now you have players who only can play for Ten Hag. You have Amorim, and now Amorim saying, I need players that play my system. You cannot be successful that way in football. You have to figure out what you want to be, whether that's back 4, back 3. Do you want to play off the counter? You have to figure that out. You figure that out, and then you recruit that way. And you find players who are adjustable. You don't want to get players that are just, I can only do this and that's it. That doesn't work like that. So I think if we can figure out a way to find out our identity, which if you ask even rivals or even fans, who is Manchester United? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's true. No, honestly, it's so true, because even watching them, and I know when we played you in the first game of was it the third game of the season we played you? And the way we like botched you guys off the pitch, man, it was different levels. And then from that point, I was like, oh, Man United have gone. And then there was moments, in previous seasons when you was getting like 5s, and there was that 7. I don't want to bring you back there, but there was that 7 where even Darwin Núñez, I know us as Liverpool fans cook him now, but even he was scoring goals in that game. But now we look at United going forward, and you've got a manager now that has a certain particular type of system. But you're right, you don't have the players that can play the system. And then the ones you've got in don't embody the United way as well. So it's always going to be a struggle. But at the start of the season, where did you predict you guys to finish?
So I had 3 main things that I wanted when the season started. I wanted to be top 6. I wanted to win the Europa League. And then I wanted to have a positive goal difference. Those are the 3 things I wanted. And we didn't get any of those.
Positive goal difference. Did you guys not finish on the season before as well on a really low amount?
Yes, we were negative goal difference last season as well. I think we're like negative 11 or 12, I want to say, right now. It could be worse. I think that's what we are. I'm looking right now, but we didn't get any of that. So,
man, big up to the guys in the chat as well. Savage, I see you, Morris, Simon, Abdul. Big up to you guys, man. Mate. Nah, you guys, big up to Alexander. Honesty, my G in the building as well. Big up to you guys, man. Love
A
the love.
-10 for us this season.
And the season before was like higher than that, I reckon. I swear it was higher than
I
that.
think it might have
Well,
been
no, it wasn't. It kind of
-1.
yeah,
-1.
you were fluctuating
Yeah.
on you were fluctuating on and off, like the negative and plus. All right, but now, okay. So at what moment in the season of last season just gone, did you look at and go, do I trust this manager or I don't trust this manager? Because I know as a United fan, that definitely went through your mind at one point, whether you trust him or not. So what moment last season did you go, actually, you know what, give him the opportunity, or you know what, he might not be right for us either?
I'm trying to think because at the beginning I was very like, I'm gonna let you show me first because
Mm,
his interview was I really loved his initial interview. I thought it was very good. Like he was saying, and I understand that I need time, but in order to get time, I have to win games. He was very
100%.
self-aware. And so that to me, his initial interview, I was like, okay, this guy's speaking facts. I'm gonna give him time. But I feel like I can't really pinpoint a certain game, but I just felt like with me, it kept being the lineups. Like the fact that he kept trying to do things, it was kind of giving me Ten Hag in the sense of like constantly starting the same people when
Yeah.
obviously they're not helping you. Where I'm like, what are you doing? Like clearly it's not working. So why are you trying to force these narratives? And it was there where I was kind of just like, I don't know if this guy really knows kind of what he's doing. And then there's a lot of times his substitutions didn't make any sense to me. Like either they were too late or especially toward the end, he's like subbing Kobe Minu on at like 88 minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah, there's no point of putting a player on.
I don't know.
What about there was a moment when Ahmad as well? I feel like he figured something out when he first got Ahmad at, what was it, wing back, who was playing him.
Yeah.
And then he started, you could see that he could really like draw or drag this United team going forward in terms of the way he was playing, energetic, skillful, taking people on, goals and assists. So I felt like he found something working there, and then Ahmad then went and got injured, and it felt like he just crashed after that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just, again, that's kudos to Ahmad, right? Like that's the kind of player, those are the kind of players you want on your team who can adjust to a different styles of systems. But yeah, I mean, again, he gets hurt and then it's hard. Here's the thing. I haven't been watching football that long, but I don't understand why managers make it so easy. I mean, so hard sometimes. Like some things aren't rocket science. And it's so weird that like a lot of fans can see maybe this isn't working, try something else. And then they finally do it like weeks later and you're like, duh, we told you to do that. Like, I don't know. So
I think with managers sometimes though, is because they have their own way of working, they feel like they have to, I don't know, stick to what they think the game plan should be in the way that they've always found success. And then once they realize like, oh, it doesn't work, but the fans were telling you this from at least 3, 4, 5 weeks before. Look, just play this guy or play this formation. This would work. But obviously, they're the ones who get paid the big bucks. They probably look at the fans and go, you the guys don't know what you're talking about. Some of us do, to be fair. Like some of us do make some good choices in terms of maybe how you set up what players to play and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's their job and they could lose it if they make the wrong decisions. So maybe listening to the public isn't the right way to go, but sometimes it works. But I did look at Ahmad and going, do you know what? He actually embodies United as well now. And was he playing before that? Because I feel like he was on loan. I remember Ahmad being on loan. Then he came back. Was he playing when he came back?
Not much. Erik ten Hag did not really like Ahmad. Like he would play him every now and then, but one of the issues that a lot of us had with Erik ten Hag is he wouldn't play him. He wouldn't trust him. I don't know why he didn't want to put him on the pitch, but like we were begging him to play Ahmad, and he started to do a little bit more, especially after that FA Cup game where we beat you guys, where Ahmad, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember it.
Like from there, we were like, see, please, like keep playing this guy. So he still didn't play as much as I would have wanted him to, but Erik ten Hag did not play him as much as he should have, in my opinion. So
yeah, it's who, like, you look at that team, right? Because you start the season off, you've got a few players. I think you bought Agafe, and who else did you buy in that team? Yori Leno, was it you bought in there as well
for the summer?
Yeah, in the summer. Who else did you get in? You got the young centre back. You got Agafe in there, and then you got who else?
Are you talking about like which summer?
This summer just
So
gone.
Masrari and
Yeah,
Delit and
that's the
Xerxes.
one. Yeah, you
And
guys spent some money then.
yeah, but I actually don't mind the players that we got. One thing I'll say is like I think Ineos has done quite well with their transfer windows. I don't mind those players that we got. Like I'm fine with Xerxes. I'm fine with Masrari and Delit. Euro, obviously, I'm fine with. I like Aiden Heaven.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm okay with that. Ugarte, I think we got in January, if I remember
January
correctly.
come in?
I think
it might have been because he was still playing was it the Champions League, wasn't it, at that time, or the Euros? But I look at all of them players and I'm going, they stood out for their teams when they were individuals, but now they've come into a United team and they just look like a bunch of misfits. Maybe I'm like off saying that, but that's the way it looks. It looks like they're not like gelled as a team. They just still look like individuals trying to be a team. I don't know if that's what you think. Obviously, you watch United more than I do.
I think defensively, I don't agree with that. I feel like I think Masrari is one of our best players. I think he's but maybe again that's just a testament to him as an individual. I think the problem is these new players are trying to find a way to mesh with the older players that we have, and that's where the disconnect is. And I think if we can find a way to kind of get these players out, that's where we can kind of build a new foundation. Because I think, Maguire playing with Delit, sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know if there's a way to figure that out, and then that's why maybe Amorim needs to, gets paid the big bucks to kind of make those people mesh. But sometimes, like when you have Delit, Masrari, and then you have Euro back there, it looks really good. But again, then you mix in a Johnny Evans or a Lindelof or a Luke Shaw, and you're like, oh my god.
I was going to ask you about Luke Shaw as well, because surely by now Man United need to get rid of him. Surely by now.
Oh yeah.
Because this guy is never fit. He's like, I've never seen a footballer like, we had Naby for our team, and he was the one that was like, you know what I mean? He'll play one game and then he'll be injured. He'll go out for ages, then come back here like, oh my days, I can't wait to see him play. And then within like 15 minutes, he would break down again. But you guys have that in Luke Shaw, but he's still at United. How long did he sign? How long did he actually sign for? Because
I don't know.
I'm sure he's been here for like nearly like 7 or 8. Well, I wouldn't say that's probably a long time. Probably like 7 years.
I think he's been here. I don't know if it's him or Bruno. It might be him that's been here longer. I honestly don't know.
I can't believe who gave him an extra contract. Was that Ten Hag's doing?
He signed a 4-year contract in 2024. Yeah, that had to have been Ten Hag. Is that right? I don't know, but it's too much. We're paying for his physical therapy at this point, so.
Yeah, it's just because you have players that you're paying money to that's not actually paying. Even like Maddison as well. He's only just started playing for you guys. Yeah. That didn't even make sense. Like that transfer didn't make sense at the time to me. I thought you guys should have kept Scott McTominay. I had this conversation with one of my mates that's a Man United fan. And he was at first he was just like, nah. And I said the exact same thing I said to you earlier about the players that embody your club. And I felt like Scott McTominay was one of those players. Yeah. I think fans probably looked at him and gone, I don't see what he offers. I don't know what he does. But when I look at him, he gives his best and he scores important goals whenever needed. But then for some reason, you just thought, well, he's not good enough. And I look at the team now and I'm like, a player like him, if you play with like a 2-10 system at times, don't you? So you could put him in one of those positions because he would score goals. Yeah, he's good. He's good in the box. And now you've seen what he's done for Napoli this season. You're like, could have done with a bit of that. A few goals and a few assists.
Yeah. I don't know if he would have done that here. I mean, it's a shoulda, coulda, woulda thing. I would definitely prefer him over Mount for sure. But I have no hard feelings against that. I don't. I mean, I feel like maybe Amorim just didn't rate him that much. But I mean, it's a great point. I don't know. I didn't really rate what's his name, McTominay that much anyway. Yeah. But I agree with you in the sense of he does work hard and he does embody Manchester United for sure. But I don't know.
No, listen, that's fair. Let's go forward. What about this transfer, this small little window? Man United's been moving a bit saucy in there. So you've got Cunha now.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get Mbuemo. I've seen like Mateta links. I have seen, who else have I seen you guys?
Victor.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. How do you feel? You've got a current crop of players. You've got in a good player. But here's the problem. I'm going to give you my problem with Cunha. I think he's a very good player, but he's a hothead. I don't know if you want to put a hothead within this team. I don't know if it's the right fit.
I do. And you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because that he would not have played that final like anybody on the pitch against Spurs. Like I want somebody in there who's gonna do the dirty work and fight and give me something. Like I don't know if you watched the final, but like it was dead.
Yeah.
It was so dead. I didn't feel like anybody really wanted to try to win the game. Like I want somebody that's going to be like, wake up or like do something. Like so if Amorim can kind of control that a bit, because I'm not saying like I don't want someone out here like hurting people and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. I just like the passion side of it, and I think we need that. Like I love a player like that. And that's just me though. So
what about the Mbuemo one as well? Because I like him as well.
Yeah.
I wanted him to come and be. I think a few months back we spoke about getting him in, but because we got Salah, it was just like he's not gonna come and sit on the bench as an understudy to Salah, which made sense. But he scored quite a few goals as well in the Premier League. Obviously, bearing in mind some of them are penalties, but you obviously still have to score them at the end of the day. But you literally going for him as well. I'm trying to think how you guys set up. Well, does Cunha go up front? Does Mbuemo go in the 2-10s? Is Ruben trying to change the system? Bruno is still in the team. It doesn't look like he's going Saudi. So what does that look like to you then?
I feel like if we have Cunha, then maybe, Mbuemo. Then yeah, if you can have, think about this. If you have Cunha, then Mbuemo and Ahmad in the 10s, shut up. And then you put Bruno in the midfield. I think you put him up in the midfield, and then I don't know if you listen. Amorim loves Mount. I don't know why, but he's probably going to put Mount in there with Bruno. I'm not saying I want that, but that's probably what he's going to do. But that front three right there with Cunha and Mbuemo, Ahmad. After I had to watch Garnacho, Højlund, and Bruno up there, stop it.
Oh yeah,
I'm okay with this.
And you're getting rid. Do you know what? I actually like Garnacho. Why don't you like? Obviously, I've only seen moments from Garnacho. I've seen games. I'm like, yo, this kid's all right.
Yeah.
But why do you guys not want him? And why do the manager don't want him? What has he done?
So I thought Garnacho was a great person off of the bench. I think he provides a lot of energy. I think he does work hard. I will not discredit him on that. The issue with Garnacho is he was not managed well. And I think Erik ten Hag kind of allowed him to be a little bit too big-headed in the sense of his ego went crazy. You are not owed anything. You do not deserve to start every game if you are not playing well. And the fact that he was starting to make comments of being like, I don't know if you saw after the final, he was like, I don't understand why I only played da, da, da. Like he was like talking, like not even an hour after the game. Respectfully, you have literally, what is your career?
Yeah, it's true. It's nothing really.
And his brother was talking a lot of mess, leaking things. Like it was just not good. It's not good for the club. It's very toxic. I don't want you here. And I just feel like he would never be able to find a way to humble himself, I think. I don't think he would be able to do that anymore here. And again, that's not all his fault. I think the club allowed him to do that.
Is he on like a big wage or something why he's got this much of an ego?
I don't know. He's not like, but the bicycle kick thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of little things and that happen where the fan base just went crazy. A lot of kids like him. So he has a big audience. He has a lot of fanboys, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So a lot of people love him, and that's kind of gotten to his head, I think. But in my opinion, no, sorry, you do not warrant me to just automatically back you because you had a bicycle kick versus Everton. Like what?
No, but the goal was good though. But apart from that, I just remember like moments when he's either come on or starting, like just his energy, just the way he works, and I'm just like, nah, he's a good player, you know. But you need the right manager, the right environment, and probably United isn't that for him And obviously with the ego thing, that's always gonna, especially with a manager like Ruben, he's probably just like, nah, you ain't even achieved anything yet as a player. Why are you talking the way you're talking? So
he had an issue with Garnacho and Rashford initially, and that's why Rashford left, because I guess they just didn't vibe. Whereas Garnacho at that time was like, okay, I can figure out a way to make this work. So Garnacho stayed. And then unfortunately, as the season went on, it kind of, I guess it just got worse. But initially, like the Man City game, Rashford and Garnacho had a really big issue with Amorim. And that's why they both didn't play for a bit. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And that's why Rashford ended up leaving. Yeah. And then Garnacho stayed. So they were able to figure it out for a bit. And again, I thought Garnacho was great off the bench. I called him a super sub because I think he does better when he comes off the bench because he's young and he's able to read the game and relax a second. And then he comes on and he usually plays well off the bench, but it's not going to work, unfortunately. And I'm okay with that. Like, please.
Nah, first. All right, you've got Cunha through the door. And Buemo could be on his way, depending on if you guys can strike a deal with Brentford. What does that United team, and you can add the next signing as well in there, what does that United team look like for you at the start of the new season? If you can give me your 11, what does your 11 look like? United, including another transfer. So we're going Cunha and Mbeumo. We'll give you those two, and you can add one more.
Okay, if I get Victor along with those two, then it's obviously Victor. This is where it gets difficult because I don't know if I would start. Maybe I'll have to put. Oh, I don't know because now
that's why you're the gaffer today, Sanchez. You're gonna have to.
Because Victor's starting up front. I'm sorry.
First Premier League game of the season. Give me your 11.
Okay, Victor. And then I think I still go. Where do I put Cunha though? Okay, this might sound crazy. What if I put Cunha and Mbeumo in the ends, and then I put Ahmad right wing, and then Dorgu left wing, and then we put Bruno. Do we have Casemiro? I don't know. Who am I going to put with Bruno? Kobe. I'm putting Kobe in there with Bruno. And then in the back, I'm going Heaven. Wait. Mazraoui, Euro, Heaven, and then Onana. Is that 11?
I think so. That's your 11. So do you know how difficult that was for you? Imagine the manager going, geez, I don't want to upset anyone. You're like picking the team. He doesn't want to upset anyone and picking the team. So you've left out Mount. You've left out who
I don't care about Mount.
Rashford and Sancho on their way back as well. So what were you doing with those?
I don't care.
You can't have Sancho and Rashford sitting on.
Why can't I?
Yeah, but they're sitting on ridiculous wage at the moment. I swear Sancho's on like 3 something.
I respectfully, I don't think Rashford is actually like going to be at Manchester United next season. I think they're going to find a way to get rid of him. Sancho might, but I'm okay with him sitting on the bench. That's good depth to me. I don't know. That's just me though. He wasn't even really starting at Chelsea, so give me a break.
No, I get that, but they didn't want him, so you're gonna have to deal with him again, and he has to play. Like, unless you're gonna
put him on the bench, bring him on. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, and if it doesn't work, you got depth. You can figure it out. We have more depth now than we did this past season, so I'm okay with that.
Nah, listen, Fairs. What about let's take it to Liverpool then. So obviously we won the league, and you know what I mean, we made light work of it. Light work of the league. But at the start of the season, what was your thoughts? Do you think Liverpool could actually win it? Because I was one of those that predicted that we was gonna win it.
I don't remember. I honestly thought I was like leaning more towards City again, if I remember correctly. I did have you and Arsenal in the top. I just wasn't sure how was it going to play out. But I definitely was unfortunately thinking City might do it again. Initially, if I remember correctly.
Nah, where did you put United? I can't remember if you did say
it was like 6th. I was expecting us to be 6th.
Where did you finish? No, but honestly, like I think a lot of people were like really skeptical about Liverpool because it was a new manager, Jurgen Klopp left. A lot of uncertainty in terms of what we were gonna do going forward. Some of the players, it was like maybe you have to get rid of some of the players and stuff like that. But I think for me personally, the reason why I said we'd win it, I think it was more around. I've had this conversation so much with the boys as well on the channel. It was more around the team. The season before, we had so many injuries, and I couldn't wait to see if we didn't have any injuries with a bit of luck, and we got to game week 30 again, what we could do. And we ended up doing what I thought we could do because we got to game week 30 and we had a strong team. We didn't, to be fair to us as well, we kind of crawled across the line, but we did all the initial work early in the season anyway to kind of get those points done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just happy.
Last season, you guys had that stint where you were phenomenal. I think you were undefeated like a couple of crazy games, and then like you had a couple injuries. I think was it McAllister or somebody got injured there? Was it January or something where you kind of fell off and then you couldn't recover? Yeah. Whereas I feel like this season you guys are able to like find a way to stay consistent, and you had a lot of players step up too, like Gakpo, I think, and like other players who were able to step up and kind of help you get those wins that helped you win the league for sure.
Because I think a lot of like obviously rivals won't remember, but we were top game week 30 last season, the season before.
Yeah, no, you were really good, like, but you fell off. You fell off. You had injuries, and then you started losing. And
do you know the crazy part was, when we lost the players, we didn't fall off when we lost them. The young players stepped up and did well. It's when we started introducing the players again into the team, that's when we started like. I was like, nah, man, there was so much more energy within the team.
Your young players won you the Carabao
Cup, yeah. And then, the older players. So we had a long list of injuries that, from the team. So Salah, Alisson, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mother was injured last season at one point. And we had to get in the youngsters. But now I'm looking at our transfer window. And our transfer window is looking good at the moment. So far, we've only got one through the door, which is Frimpong and then the young Hungarian goalkeeper. I like him, man. I really like him. I didn't think, when you have players that you always look at, you like them, but you never think your club would ever want to sign them because we already had Trent. So in my mind, and up until this season, Trent was going to be at Liverpool forever in a sense, unless something crazy happened where he would leave. But in my mind, I'm like, well, we've got one of the best. And then I really like Bradley as well. So, but with Trent leaving and then they bought Frimpong, I'm like, nah, I'm cool with this. I'm liking this. I think Frimpong's going to come and add a lot of energy to this Premier League into our team. He's going to add a lot of like in terms of his composure in front of goal as well, in the way that Liverpool want to play. And also he's very good at assisting and he's rapid. A lot of people saying about his defending. I'm like, I think that's just fake. I think he's tenacious and he's hungry to do well for the team.
Offer more than Trent.
Trent had his moments.
Trent, but I mean, let's be real.
Nah, Trent had his moments when he chose. If he woke up on the day and he was just like, I can't bother to defend. He ain't defending. But if he woke up and he was on it, he was on it. That's the way it was. Big up to the guys in the chat, man. I see you guys. And then the big transfer, Florian Wirtz. That's the one we can't wait to go through. What do you think about that? Because I've seen some rivals, they keep playing it down. Why are you spending so much money on one player? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'm like, sounds like you guys are a bit nervous. That's in my mind. Like, you sound like you're nervous.
I mean, let's be real. Like, you guys don't spend a lot of money. I think it's smart, trying to, take a risk on a player who, in my opinion, is good. I don't see an issue with him, and who wouldn't want him? Who wouldn't want him? And I think it would be great to add him to your squad. I think he would help a lot, especially with Salah having somebody to work with and your attack. I mean, you have to work with Diaz and Darwin, so it's an improvement in my opinion.
Didn't like that shot, but I'll let it land.
Am I wrong?
I'll let that shot land, but it wasn't. With the Nunes one, I think most of the chat would agree. Diaz one, I'm like, nah. We ain't dissing Diaz. He's finished on, I think, 13 Premier League goals this season. Do you know what I mean? So that's not bad for a left winger, to be fair. It's not obviously Salah. No one's Salah. in the Premier League, innit?
Oh, no, yeah.
He's just unreal. But yeah, like getting him, and then obviously
he needs someone to help take the pressure off of him. I think he has
100%.
to do so much. And if he has somebody like Wirtz up there with him, I mean, I hope it would help him. I mean,
100% it will. Because you look at the way he plays as well. He's one of those players that he demands more from his teammates, demands the ball a lot of the times as well. He can score and he can assist. And I love those players that prefer the assist at times, where they're always trying to look to create for the team. Those are the players, because it means everyone else around them can just eat and get their goals and stuff like that. And then we've got Kirkes as well. He's the next one that looks lined up as well. So we're introducing 2 young, vibrant fullbacks within the team. So I'd love to see, what slot he's got planned for the Premier League next season. And obviously adding Florian Wirtz in the 10. What do you think about Szoboszlai? Because he gets a lot of stick from the Liverpool fan base. What's your thoughts on him as well?
Again, he's just another player that's like, I can't do inconsistency. I just can't
Fairs.
That to me is kind of his biggest downfalls. Like some days he plays really well. Some days you're like, do you know what you're doing? Like, you're playing a football match, right? So I think if he could find a way to be consistent, it would help him a lot. It would help his case a lot. But I don't watch you guys every single match. But the main thing I hear from your fans is some days he looks great. And then some days he's like, you don't know if he knows he's a football player. So
yeah, he gets criticized a lot for because he's been playing in the 10, but he's then also has to do a lot of covering for the right hand side.
Yeah.
In terms, because Salah has a bit more freedom in terms of he doesn't have to track back too much. And then I think we shifted. For me, I feel like we shifted the way we played around maybe like 6-7 games in, maybe even probably further than that as well.
Yeah.
And then we changed our creativity to Trent again instead of allowing Sobo to be the creator, which then Sobo became like this running guy. He just ran and covered spaces, and just won the ball back. But I think that's probably where the fan base started critiquing him, because his decision making when he got there, he's got a great finish, like in terms of his shooting on him, but he doesn't shoot. And then there's other passes he could give, and he ended up giving to Mo like 80 to 90% of the time. You're like, bro, there's a left-hand side as well, man. You can pass to them. But nah, it's definitely interesting. If we go and get all those players plus a striker as well, do you see Liverpool retaining the Premier League?
I think it depends on what City does. I think City is making some decent moves as well. But I definitely think you guys are in contention for sure. So I just have to see what City do a bit. And that it's just you and City at this point. Like, to me, Arsenal's a non-factor, especially because they're who they're going for. They're like making no moves where I'm like, oh gosh, they're really trying to do something.
But they're trying to get Benjamin Šeško, the striker. A lot of people don't rate him as well. I think he's young though, very young.
Are you kidding me?
Nah, not you as well. Is this like something that spreads and everyone just agrees with each other online now?
Listen. They need somebody who can come in and score immediately. Like, are you telling me that's who that is for them?
But maybe they're looking for the future potential. That's what they're looking for.
I'm sorry. They are so they can't afford that at this point. They need a trophy. They need to win. They cannot afford to recruit somebody who's a maybe or has potential. They need somebody to come in and score goals right now if they're serious, in my opinion. Arteta should have been gone already, but this to me, this has to be his last straw. If you don't get somebody in here now who can get you goals, it's over for you. It's over for you. I'm sorry.
What does he have to win then to stay in his job?
Anything.
It can't be anything though, because he's already got an FA Cup at the start of his Arsenal tenure. He can't be getting like a League Cup now and then you go,
why not?
Nah, I couldn't accept that as an Arsenal
fan.
They're
accepting nothing. They're accepting nothing.
You're right.
They're accepting second place for like how many years in a row?
Three now.
That could never be me, but like that's their problems. I'm just saying, like, they need to figure it out, because the fact that they're not even making serious moves now is telling. They're never a threat.
But are they not getting that well? I haven't actually done the research on it, but I've seen a couple of people say, like Zubimendi saying he's not made his mind up about where he's going. So they don't even look like they're getting him now. And then if they're only getting Šeško, but everyone says they just need a striker. That's what their fan base say. They need a striker. They need a striker.
Let's need a striker. Like, I think if you talk to a lot of them, I think they need someone in the midfield as well, to kind of help. Because Odegaard, I think I'm sorry, I don't see it with Odegaard. So, and then probably Gabriel signed again, so that's good. I don't know what Saliba's doing, so I guess it just depends on who they're keeping, and but you can't put you can't put
Gabriel
Marino
signed
up.
a new deal.
Gabriel did,
yeah.
So that's good for them. That's great. But you can't put Marino up there anymore. I'm sorry, like that's not going to work. What is Kai Havertz going to do? You got to get somebody else. I'm sorry, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, especially if you guys are moving the way you are, and if City gets some decent players, which it sounds like they are. I don't know those guys. I don't really know those guys that they've got, but everyone's saying that they're decent.
So Reinders he's a good player. He can play like 8, 10, and 6. He can play in those positions. 8 Nori, from the Premier League. I really like him as well.
Yeah.
And who was the other player? I feel like they've signed someone else. Oh, they signed Shirky. That's the other guy there. Yeah. Ryan Shirky looks like they're going to sign as well.
Which is another good one. So
Morris getting triggered in the chat. He said, I'd rather accept 2nd and 15th. But I digress.
But I actually put myself in a position to win something still in 15th place. This is where we have an issue, and we are different than you.
God damn.
And I got a trophy last season too, and you got 2nd again. We can keep going.
Wow. Big up to Charlie Williams as well for the super chat. Love for the love, man. And seeing rumors about Darwin might stay. Don't tell Sam. Damn. I didn't see the rumors. I don't know the rumors. Who's Charlie?
I've never heard of this. But let's say it's real. Are you okay with that?
Nah, do you know why? Because I'm on a wind up as well. Do you know if you can tell we guarantee to win again, I would do it just because I know how much it affects some of the people that I know in YouTube and some of the fans. Yeah, if you can guarantee winning the league again, just because I know we'd win it and I know it'd wind up some of the fan base.
Yeah,
just to see it, and he scored important goals again.
He did. Do you think? Throwing the question back at you. Do you think you guys could win again?
Yes. I don't see the reason why we. I think it'll be a lot more difficult, but I think the team's shown that it's a good team, and if you can improve on the team, and we can improve on our football as well, because there's moments within the season where, at the start we looked really good, and then we changed from what we were doing. We were trusting Gravenberch a bit more in the midfield, and we was playing through the middle and then drawing the opponents on, then spraying it wide, and then we'd go on those quick transitional attack. Yeah. And then we shifted away from it, and football kind of looked a bit boring. So you can handpick games in the season. I'm like, yo, we played really good. Man United was one of them. Honestly, that game, I don't even know what happened to United that game. They couldn't do nothing. Gravenberch stayed on Bruno, and he was just over from there. Took him out the game, and then the counter attacks in the transition, you guys could not handle. The Real Madrid one was good. The Leverkusen game was really good in that game as well. What other game? There was a Brighton one, but then we took our foot off the gas. It was in the League Cup, I think it was. The Newcastle the second game. The first game, the first half we was dreadful. Second half was way better. But yeah, there's just a handful of games where you look at and go, even when we went down to 10 men against Fulham, we outplayed them. And hearing the Fulham manager and the players saying they felt like they had more players than us, even though they had less players. But yeah, I still think we can.
Do you think you could maybe do a bit better in the Champions League if you get like?
Do you know you say that, but we did finish top in the new format, and then we just got and then we got PSG. They played us off the park in the first game, but we won the game, which was crazy. We ended up scoring late and winning it 1-0. It was like smash and grab. And then the second leg at Anfield. Better finishing from Mo Salah and a couple of the other guys.
But if you have Wirtz there, I think it makes a difference.
I think if we didn't get PSG when we did, I think we would have probably got further, maybe semis final, I would have said. Because I think along our route, we would have had to play Arsenal. Yeah. And that would have been a difficult game just because of the styles that, we, from what I've seen us and how we play against them. But in the Champions League, we're a different kettle of fish with Liverpool. So I would have expected us to get through to the final, but we just met a PSG team that was just on it. And then obviously they've gone on to knock out Aston Villa and then knock out Arsenal. So deservedly winners, man. I then smoked Inter in the final.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, nah. But yeah, I think with adding those guys, I think those guys will help us in the Champions League as well. Because the format, I actually like it as well. I didn't think I would have liked it, but
no, it's great. Yeah,
I like it. Just play. It depends on who you draw and where. It might be home or away, but if you draw them, and it was good because when we drawed Real Madrid, we had to play them at home, which was good.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens next season and who, because we've now got 5 English teams in it. We've got Chelsea, City, Arsenal, us, and Newcastle, I want to say, and Spurs as well.
Yeah, and Spurs.
They won Europa League. It would have been you guys, but you guys,
I'm just ready for that Super Cup where they have to play PSG. That's going to be fun.
What if they go and win that?
I think, and I was talking to a Spurs fan yesterday, actually. I told them this could be a great opportunity for them because they'll get a test of like Champions League football right at the beginning of the season. At that point, though, it was crazy because it was like right before it was announced that Ange got sacked. So we were talking about like if Ange was still there. And so I actually thought it'd be a great opportunity for them. And if they won, I'd be like more Arsenal tears. So that's great. I think it's a great opportunity for them to play PSG, see how their summer signings go. If they get some good players in to help their attack too, I think it would be a good game for them to kind of see where they fall.
That'll be interesting. Big up to the guys in the chat, man. Keep smashing that like. Also, Sunshine's link is in there. I know she's the up, and I get it, and we don't like to help me up, but she's good people. So, guys, go on. Even if you subscribe just to see when United lose next season, do you know what I mean? When they lose, you can see a meltdown. Maybe, we're going to watch them because that's when I normally click on it when United loses. I'll click on it.
If we get worse than last season, oh, God.
No, because if you guys win, when there's games last season where I didn't expect you to win and then you
like
won.
City?
Yeah, and then I'm just like, I don't want to see you guys smiling and laughing about. So I won't tune into that. But I'll tune in after you lose like a random game like Fulham or when you got battered by Bournemouth. I'll tune in then because I know.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You get loads of my views then.
Yeah.
What about we spoke about the expectation. What about your expectation for United next season? And where do you see you guys? Where do you see you finishing? What's the expectation from Ruben? If you go and get the players you're thinking to get, that makes you a strong team, right?
Yeah. No, if we get all of these players we're rumored to get, top 5.
Where did you say last season?
Top 6.
Okay, so you've got one above where that means I'm expecting you to finish one below again. One below. Wait.
Top 5. All right.
Go on. Yeah, I'm listening.
I want a domestic cup because that's all we can get. We're playing Carabao, huh?
Which one? Which one of the domestics?
I don't care.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
prefer FA Cup, obviously, but I don't care. And then I think depending on if we get top 5, hopefully that means we get Champions League. I think it depends on how the rest of the season plays out, but I would love to get to the Champions League again. So
I don't know if you guys, to be fair, if you get the signings you get, and I think if you start maybe like falling under what Ruben wants to do and how he wants to play, then potentially you guys will be ready. But just seeing how like a PSG dismantles team, I don't know if you guys are ready for that kind of smoke in the Champions League yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you want to be the best, you got to play the best. So we are so bad. We have to start somewhere, and I might still have nightmares from our previous Champions League run, but it's okay. We're gonna figure this out.
All right, cool. I've got some of those questions I was saying to you. So the hot seat section, where the people sent in some questions for me to ask you. To be fair, they were nice. The boys that we've had, the guys we've had on here, they've they got some difficult ones. They've had some difficult ones, but your one ain't too bad. Let's go to, so there's 5 questions. First one, are you any good at football, and what team would you love to play for bar United?
So I'm not good at football. I played basketball my whole life, and I played in college, so that's my sport. I just love football. And then big up Flawless.
Big up, bro.
Who would I love to play for? Real Madrid.
Yeah. Why Real Madrid?
History. I want to step on the field. You know, Champions League night. What? Are you kidding? I think I'd cry.
So okay, I hear it. So not you. So by United, Real Madrid would be your go-to team. All right,
Yes.
fair. Let's go to this one. If you had to choose one player from United from the past to play in this current United team, who would it be and why?
Roy Keane, because we need a leader. And that's my answer. I love Roy Keane. He's so tough. And I need people to get cussed out. So Roy Keane.
Out of Cristiano,
Yes.
Rooney, Giggs,
All
Beckham.
players I love. Don't get me wrong. I almost said Giggs, but Roy Keane to me, we need that. We don't have that.
Now, listen, I hear it. So most people have gone, yeah, Ronaldo, CR7.
Ronaldo, okay, don't get me wrong. Ronaldo is great, but like, I don't want that right now.
What? You never walk alone said Keane is a fraud. Savage said, Hala Madrid. He's a Madrid. These Madrid fans out here, boy. Next one. This one's a good one because I think most of the guys have had this as well. This one. So I don't know if Flawless is still here. You don't have to add him in this if you don't want to. It's a safe space, yeah. So from the YouTubers you know, pick your five-a-side team from the ones you think are good at football.
I don't know who really plays. I think I know. Obviously, Flawless plays.
Mm-hmm.
I know Cecil plays. So
Okay.
and he's been good. I saw him in what's it called? That show that they did on AFTV. So I'd probably have him there.
Okay. So you put in Flawless in, yeah?
Yeah.
So 2, Cecil and Flawless, yeah?
Yeah. And then I need 3 more. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Monts.
Okay.
Who else plays? Aaron? Sakaya? I don't know if you know who Aaron is.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm picking Aaron. And then I need 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Who else plays? Who
You might need to pick someone you think that would be good in goal because everyone you've picked is an outfield player.
I don't know. Do you play goal?
Nah. I can, but I would not play.
Who plays goal? I don't know. I don't know who else plays. That's all I got.
Okay, use based around their football takes then, and use that to assume how good they are. So when you've heard them go and they drop their football takes, use that.
Oh God.
That means they've said some crazy stuff and you don't trust.
No, but I need like somebody in goal who like Rooney. What? No, that's not a YouTuber.
They're saying Cass, you could use him.
No, a goalie is somebody who like plays it safe and like doesn't really like. Maybe I'll go like Terry, somebody in goal who's like doesn't play the fence, kind of keeps it safe. I don't know.
No, fair. Okay, so name them again. So name your 5.
I said Flawless. I said I already forgot.
Cecil.
Huh?
You said Flawless and Cecil. I remember those 2.
Yeah, Flawless, Cecil,
Monts.
I already forgot. Flawless, Cecil, Monts.
You put Terry in. I can't remember the other guy.
Terry's in goal.
Terry's in goal. And who's the other one?
I forgot the other one. What did I say?
It was someone that you asked.
Aaron. Sakai. Aaron. Yeah, he's on Saeed's channel a lot.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, he didn't sound too sure about that team. To be fair, I know. Flawless
I don't know the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, I'm Benz. I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, fair enough. All right, so you happy with that team?
Kind of like maybe 50%.
Where do you think they would rank if you had to go and play a tournament? Would you win it or not?
It depends on who else is on the team, other teams.
Just say average players.
I think we'll be fine because I think Cecil and Flawless and Monts and Aaron I really like. I like those 4.
Okay.
And I've seen them play, so I think they're good. But in terms of goalkeeper, I don't know.
They're saying put Savage in goal. I don't think Savage has ever played in goal. I don't know. Maybe if he's still in the chat, he'll definitely tell you. All right. All right, cool. So now we go to the quick fire. The quick fire 50-50s. Let me make sure I get them ready. And then this one should be very interesting to see how you do. I think, as I said, Flawless has been the fastest one to complete it. I keep getting moaned at by Savage because he said I was speaking while he was answering the question. So his time was overlapped because of that.
What was his time again?
1:30. I want to say 1:32 or 1:30.
I'm very competitive, so.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so there's 20 of them, yeah? All right, 3, 2, 1. Salah or Rashford, who's more clinical?
Salah.
Old Trafford or Anfield, who's got the better atmosphere?
Old Trafford.
Ruben, Amorim or Slot, who wins the Premier League next season?
Slot.
The 2005 Istanbul comeback or the 1999 Champions League final?
For us?
Yeah.
1999.
Okay, Virgil van Dijk or Rio Ferdinand, who's the better centre-back?
Ferdinand.
What? Trent or Luke Shaw? I don't know why they're in there. Who's the better fullback? They're
Trent.
in there. Who finishes higher this season, Liverpool or United?
Liverpool.
Luis Diaz or Anthony, who's more exciting to watch?
Luis Diaz.
Allison or Anana, who do you trust more in goal? Sell one forever, Gerrard or Rooney?
Rooney. Wait, what did you say?
Sell one forever. You said
Rooney.
God,
Gerrard, sorry.
Iron Man or Batman? Who wins in a fight?
Batman.
Marvel, Universal, DC?
Marvel.
Okay. Infinity War or The Dark Knight? Greater film.
Dark Knight.
Thanos or the Joker? Who's more iconic villain? Who's the more
Joker?
Would you rather have Spider-Man's powers or Superman's?
Spider-Man.
Team up with Deadpool or The Flash?
The Flash.
Captain America or Wonder Woman? Who's a better leader?
Captain America.
Guardians of the Galaxy or the Suicide Squad?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Most underrated hero, Vision or Cyborg?
What? Vision.
What? Watch only Marvel movies forever or only DC movies?
Marvel. Dang it.
1 minute and 46.
That Ferdinand question was not nice.
Nah, but I feel like you stuck by your Manchester badge then. You know Virgil was the better defender.
I did. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
1 minute, 46 seconds. Not bad. That's not bad, to be fair. It's not the fastest. It's not the slowest either.
How did Flawless do that so fast?
And he only got stuck on one.
Which one?
What was it? You're in the chat, Flawless. What was the one you got stuck on? There was one for ages. He was like, he didn't know.
That's
remember.
That's fun. You did a good job with those.
I appreciate it. But yeah, that's literally it. We've come to the end of the discussion. Anything else you want to kind of chop up? Maybe ask me before we
Well, I want to know if Prim or
the champs. That's the one you got.
Oh, the comeback or the
which one you'd rather win?
Oh,
I think it was either what one he would rather win, or what one you think it has more significance in terms of if you won that one. I think that was it. But yeah, that's the one that he stayed on for at least, I want to say 15 seconds, where he was ages.
I'll have to go back and watch. That's funny. But do you like Marvel or DC? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I like Marvel and I like both, to be fair. I'm not, but if I had to choose one, Marvel.
Okay.
But I like the darkness of DC. I think they've got.
That's why I think Joker and stuff is more iconic, because like they're like, I don't know how to explain it, but Joker's like, everybody knows Joker.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone does. And even though you don't, like, most people don't, I don't think anyone doesn't like it. I don't think I've ever met anyone that don't like the Joker. Well, even though he's a villain.
Yeah, but because he's like, him and Batman are just two sides of the same coin kind of thing. It's so, I just love it. I love it.
Raw D23 Marvel is garbage. That is
Too
not
much
cool.
Did you watch the
What?
Penguin series, by the way?
Sorry, which one?
Penguin?
I did know, but I watched. I think I only watched the first one.
You need the new anime, the new real series.
Yeah, the one where do you know where I think I got up to when he? I don't want to ruin it for everyone in the chat if you haven't seen it. But there's a killing scene where he kills loads of them, and he got this kid to work for him.
You need to finish.
I know I need to. I know. So that's where I got up to.
Big up Pops, by the way.
Yeah, big up Pops, man.
Well, I'll have to get you on my channel next season for like a preview or something. Let me play 100%. You guys.
And yeah, because I'm thinking I need to do a lot more collabs as well. And I wanted to bring my own Premier League panel show to the YouTube space. So I am, you know what I mean, looking for the great people to do it. Flawless, obviously, he jumped on. I appreciate it when he jumped on. We did it. I think we need to do a live one because the one we did was a recording. And I think we need to do it live so we can get the people interacting as well.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely talk to you about because I want to get the Premier League stuff done because I feel like it's going to be. I think next season going to be amazing.
I think it'll be fun too, definitely. And can you highlight that one because that's a good question, and I think I'll have to take USA winning the World Cup.
Right, so question, Sunshine: USA winning the World Cup or Man United winning the Prem? You just said the USA winning the World Cup.
When in what world will we ever win the World Cup? Are you mad? Our respect in football is in the bin. I need the respect to come back.
But that's how you get your respect back if you win the Premier League.
No, I'm talking about country-wise. Okay,
I would respect you for athletics. That's
nah. USA got it. I need 1 star over my crest. Okay, just 1.
That's never gonna happen.
I know exactly. It's never gonna happen. That's why I want it to happen.
You're not seeing the stat. To be fair, though, the US is starting to like bring out some good players. I think you're bringing out more athlete style players.
Yeah, like Robinson and like there's some good players.
There is some good players out there, but your team isn't too bad. What was it? Because England played, we only won 1-0, wasn't it? When we last played, when the USA played England. Did we draw?
In the World Cup?
Yeah, I think it was in the World Cup when we last played, right?
Yeah.
But United winning the Prem, you wouldn't.
Not in this scenario. I have to take the World Cup because we're never going to get another opportunity to do that. Man, you could win some other time.
Sorry, I was going to say I doubt that ever, but
the sleeping giant will come back and you will all hate your lives.
I remember those days when I was in school and United was winning everything, and I remember just having like Gerrard was the only savior and helping me able to have conversations with people just because we had like Gerrard and Torres and stuff. And then at least we could win a Champions League so we can go, yeah, look, see. But you guys are not even winning anything.
We are winning things, just not, the Prem or the Champions League. So we'll be back.
How long have you gone without winning the league now?
I think it's getting close to, what was it, 2012, 13, 12? Was it one of those? I think it was. I could be wrong, but it's been a while.
And it's going to be even longer. But listen, I appreciate you. As I said, guys, Sunshine's channel is in the title. Easy, click the link and go and subscribe. And just head over there when they lose games of football. They've already lost, a preseason game already as well, I want to say? Or post-pre, I don't know what you'd call it. You lost to some Hong Kong.
I don't know what that was. We're not talking about that, okay? Like, honestly, we lost to some Malaysian all-star team that was training together 2 days before the match. I can't even be at this point.
But yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, I'm doing a call-in show in like less than an hour, so
okay,
into that, it'll be fun.
That's gonna be interesting. What are you guys gonna talk about? How
whatever the people call in and talk about, could be anything. I hope a Tottenham fan calls in and Ange got sacked. We'll see what happens. True. But thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. No, I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. I can't remember. Am I live again? I think I'm live at 9 o'clock. I don't know. I'll have to look. I want to do a discussion, Florian Wirtz versus Shirky, because the fans are saying we're overspending on one when we could underspend and get someone exactly
You
the
guys
same.
don't even spend money. How much are you getting him for?
100 and reportedly 150 million
Oh,
euros.
that is a lot. That is a
So
lot.
he's going to be, we're going to break the English record for a player, the Premier League for a
That's
player. He's going to be I think he's going to be the highest like transfer for a German player as well. So you break that. I think he's going to be on like 300 and something grand, which only Salah and Virgil are on that kind of numbers. So he's going to be on a higher wage as well. So I think the rivals are going to have a lot to say if he doesn't hit the ground running. But I don't care what you guys think, to be fair. But the rest of my fan base will, if he doesn't hit the ground running.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of money. So I would expect him to hit the ground running too. I didn't know it was that much, but
yeah, I didn't want to give you ammunition for your next video.
No.
All right, guys. Listen, I'll catch you guys in a bit. As she said, she's going to be doing a call in. So if you guys want to call in and have a conversation as a Liverpool fan, if you want to go and troll, go and troll. Morris said he's subscribed as well, so that's one. But he's an Arsenal fan, see? So yeah,
more rivals are in the chat anyway.
Yeah, I think that's what I need to get a bit more over here, more rivals.
It's because we're so bad. Everyone wants to watch United fans because we're so bad. So I get it. So
Liverpool needs to be bad for then the rivals to want to come and watch it. Okay, fair enough.
You're bad. I troll you anyway, so it's fine.
All right then.
Big up, everybody.
Peace out.